26 there.
Right, so we are clear for pushback, but for some reason, again, I haven't heard the blooming guy. So let's just pop the beacon on and let's just, you know what, let's just go for it. Is he going to push us or is he going to push us? That's the question.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Oh, he's pushing us. Wow, beautiful. Okay. We've been cleared anyway. I'll just reset the rudder trim. Okay, engine 2, and we'll start up.
Scottish hello, this is Easy 72 Golf Whiskey climbing flight level 250 direct Dean Cross with a fresh can of Brewdog.
Easy 70 Golf Whiskey Scottish. Very good choice, but tell me the actual one, please. Climb flight level 310.
I'm
Flight
loving
level
that.
310.
It would help if actually. Oh. Okay, there you go.
Very good choice.
It's very mellow, very smooth, quite like it.
We do have some engine sounds, but it's very quiet in the Phoenix, isn't it? So
that the weather affects people.
Can do, depends.
now I'm trying to push back into this
The more they say drink
stand here, but
keeps dropping.
whether that's going to work or not, I don't know.
The worst part is we're closing at time 30.
Well, they're closed in a minute. Okay, we've got a good start. Yep, avail. Okay, start engine 1.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Oh, let's pop this
Parking brake set. Ground.
Thanks for
you
your
may
pushback.
disconnect.
Okay, sir.
We've been
Clear
cleared
to
at
disconnect.
5,000 of
Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Okay, then flaps 1. Let's just get rid of this company message. It's just going to be the weights. Load sheet, accept. Load sheet, accept. But what I am going to do is just double check 56.6, 56.5. So we'll just add that. There we go. Beautiful. Thank you. Max. It's doing the flow. Flaps 1 is set. APU can go off because we've got a veil there. Going to start the timer for the engines to thermally stabilise. And Easy 35 Quebec November request taxi.
Easy 35 Quebec November taxi out of Delta 1 runway 07 cross runway 17.
Roger, Delta 1 for 07 cross runway 17, Easy 35 Quebec November. So Delta 1 for 07 is just there via Delta. So that's Delta 1. So okay, so it's basically cleared us. So that's park brake off. Taxi lights can come on. Runway turn off lights can come on as well. And we'll just tap the brakes.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
All stations, Scottish control sync. Odyssey Unicum 1, 2, 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh, to Unicum. Okay. Enjoy the sun. Cheers. Right then, 228 we are.
Oh yeah.
Belfast traffic, Easy 35 Quebec November. We're just taxiing to Delta 1 for 07 and we're going to cross runway 17 shortly. Belfast traffic.
Oh yeah.
Hiya guys. Raid. Oh jeez. I'm looking at the other screen. Oh my god. So we've just got an easy guy there. He's actually on the network, that EasyJet there. By the looks of it, he's going to... Where's he going to? Gatwick. So he's going to Gatters. Yeah, I love this scenery. The scenery is just awesome.
Oh yeah.
so detailed. I do think I might complain out to the developer because they have missed. There's a bug. There's a fly missing out of the terminal.
Yeah.
So I was considering a bit of a complaint. I'm joking. It's just stunning. I mean, it's like literally. There's even buses outside of the front of it of the airport, and it's like, you know, it's like a bus simulator. It's just awesome. Right then, so we're at 2 minutes 37. So the engines will be stabilised by the time we depart. Yeah, there's one missing sign. Yeah, it's shocking, isn't it? Absolutely shocking. Okay, there's 3 minutes, so we can stop that timer. And then we'll do a very quick controls check. Full left, neutral, full right, neutral, full up, neutral, full down, neutral. And we know the rudder works because I'm using it. Unflyable. Yeah, it is nice. I must say it is a nice it is a real nice scenery. But I just love this Phoenix. I'm in love with it. It's just absolutely amazing. Belfast traffic, easy 35 Quebec, November. We just line up departing runway 07 Belfast traffic. Okay, runway entry procedure. So we've got runway lights are all on. Takeoff lights come on. Strobe can come on. We'll just ding the cabin. Takeoff config is normal. So we're good to go. Wow. Timer on. Land flag 68, SRS, auto thrust blue. Rotate. Goes the right gear up. Beautiful. It's just so nice. Okay, level climb. And it would help if we actually squawk mode Charlie, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would help. I was quite a late joiner to this sim, to be fair, but I got to be honest, it's just, yeah, it's just amazing. The more I've flown the actual sim, the more I realise how pretty damn amazing it actually is, you know. I mean, the realism in it is just unreal. I mean, look at that. There's even handprints on the windows. Get some duty-free announcements. Gotta love the duty-free. Okay, there's a safe speed so we can flaps up. Okay, right, 5,000 then, so we'll just carry on climbing. We've got 230 as the cruise out today. 23 is set, open climb is identified. Beautiful. And to be fair, we can turn all the lights off now. Let's also jump on the map. So you can see there's our route. Yeah, so this is default scenery. It's just going to put, let's just pull standard there. Yeah, that's done it. Standard once, standard twice, standard 3 times a lady. Beautiful. Yeah, this is all default. This, well, not the departure of the airport was payware, but to be fair, that a lot of the airports, the default ones are pretty good quality. To be fair, I mean, you know, not too bad at all, not too shabby. But yeah, this is just default default scenery. It's not too shabby at all. No, I've changed nothing, mate. Nothing with the colours at all. No, nothing at all. I need to start looking at the arrival actually, because I've got nothing in the flight plan after Macups, so I think we're going to do the Macups to Bravo according to that. We'll just double check it on the charts, but look at that, beautiful. So it's going to be the Macups to Bravo then into VB. It's going to be ILS 15 via the Macups to Bravo, no transition in there, insert that, 2 steep path ahead, okay, that's fine. Macups fix information, so we'll just go runway 15, and we can pop. Do you know what, I'm doing it in like the blooming 737 anyway, it's GBB 15. So we're on a 5 mile radius. Boom. 10 mile radius. And what we can also throw in there is, once I've checked the chart, is 326 is the runway heading for runway 33, so that's going to be the reciprocal. So if we pop that in there, that should give us a nice visualization of the approach path of the runway. No plan. Let's just quickly go down that just to make sure it looks okay. Pit knocking through chase. So you can see there we've got a range ring in there for 5 miles. And I thought to put one in for 10, but I'll double check that. And then you can see there's a blue dotted line that goes off there, and that just gives us the extended centre line if we were to do a visual or something like that. So it's a pretty good feature, pretty cool. So we've got a 5 mile final and a 10, beautiful. So if we look there, you'll see 2 rings, that's it. Belfast looks, yeah, it is, mate. It's stunning. It's yeah, it's amazing. I was just thinking what the frames are going to be like there, if I'm honest with you, but they were absolutely fine. I've saw a few people say that they've had some dodgy frames there, because there's obviously a lot going on in there in the scenery, but in fairness, no, it was absolutely fine. And you get so lazy in the Airbus. So, you know, I've flown the 737 a couple of times this week, and you know, you have to put the ILS frequencies in your courses in, etc, etc. In this, it's just like, it does everything for you. So it actually does make you a bit of a lazy pilot, I think. But yeah, you know, these sounds are just amazing. Lazy bus driver, yeah. It literally is, isn't it? my friend who I fly with sometimes, he was like, "Oh, you've gone back to the Airbus then, like, you know, and that's like one button you'd press for the whole flight," and he's not actually that far. He's not that far off the line, is he really? But you know what? I was always, you know, an X-Plane fan, and I still am, to be honest. It's a fantastic sim, but I must be honest, when I saw the Phoenix drop, I was just like, oh, I've got to try this sim, you know. I built myself a new PC as well, and I just thought, wow, I've just got to give it a go. And to be honest with you, I just haven't looked back. No, I'm not running this on the GTX 770. I just haven't updated my specs, mate. No, I've literally started streaming the last few days, so I haven't updated it. So this is actually running on a 3080 Ti at the moment, on an AMD 5800X3D CPU. So I looked at a few reviews. I've always been Intel, to be fair, but I looked at a couple of reviews online of the AMD CPU, and to be fair, I'm not disappointed in it. It's actually fantastic. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I need to update them. Yeah, there's no way it would run that well. But to be honest, you're probably going to think I'm a little bit mad, but I can run it quite nicely on 60 FPS, pretty much in 95% of the scenarios, you know. But I've actually dropped it down to 30 FPS because I actually don't see a difference. Whether it's my monitor or what, I don't know, but I literally can't see any difference in it. So I've stuck with it at 30, and I tend to find it doesn't ever drop below that 30 in sort of any scenario I put it through. So that's kind of why I'm not sort of seeking the 60 frames. I mean, you know, you can see a difference sometimes when you look at people's streams, and the difference between 30 and 60, it can be, you know, you can see a difference. But as I say, I don't know whether it's my monitor or what, I just can't see any difference. It feels really smooth to me either way. So I mean, my view is there that instead of aiming for 60 frames, and then when it does drop below that, I do get some sort of screen stuttering and tearing. But if I drop it to 30, like I have, I never get any tearing whatsoever. So for me, it's a win-win to drop it to 30, because obviously those extra frames then are used for when you've got the higher complex scenarios that it needs the frames for in the background. So as I say, everyone's sim's completely different, isn't they? So it's what may work for me may not work for someone else, but I generally find it's buttery smooth, really. You see, I forgot to put the tray tables out. I mean, come on, unbelievable, Jeff. So these guys are going to have their feet up now, aren't they? You know, on the cruise. Well, it's quite a short cruise, but. So, weather in Birmingham then, we've got 090 at 5 knots, so that's going to be a runway 15, so we're right with that one. Clear skies, 31 degrees, jeez, wow. Wow, that is pretty warm for Brum. So we've got QNH of 1004, temp of 31, the wind is 090 at 5. 60 is correct. Just need to check on the chart there for Birmingham charts. Approach 15. Let's get that marked. So we're going to be 503 for the minimums.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love this, that you can actually do this on the so you can actually overlay the arrival there. I mean, that looks so cool. How did you set those range rings? Okay, so what you do is you come into your flight plan. Now this works slightly different on the fly-by-wire. On the fly-by-wire, you need to click on your line select clean at the very top line. Whereas in the Phoenix, which is the same as real world, you can use any one of those. So for example, if I click next to Ampit, I can see there top right it's got fix info, so it's not actually, when I click Ampit, it's not dedicated just to Ampit, if that makes sense. You can put it in for any fix, so I'll click fix info, and then you just put the so Birmingham 15, and obviously in the 737 that would just be RW for runway and then 15, and that's what I did initially. But you want to put, if I can just check the top of it, let me just, okay, that's fine, we're okay. So yeah, so basically you'll put EGBV 15 in, and then that's basically putting a range fix at that around the airport at that threshold of 15. And then I always like to put 5 nautical mile range ring in and a 10 range ring, so I just know that, you know, at 10 miles I'm going to make sure I'm at sort of flaps 1, coming down to flaps 2, starting to slow to 180, 160, whatever ATC tells us, for example. And then at 5 miles I want to make sure I'm fully configured. Generally see the 5 or 4 in 4 if it's VMC, you know, that's fine. 5 if we're in any IMC conditions. So you've got 10 mile range ring there, but I've actually put a 326 radial in for the runway. So basically what that is, it's just the opposite to runway 15. So 15, let me just get the chart again. I don't like doing things off. Sorry, bear with me. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just so hot.
Oh yeah.
So runway 33 is heading of 326 degrees, so we'll put 326 in, and as I say, that would just give us a nice dotted line, there. So if we were to be flying it visually or whatever, it just gives us a nice line out, and you can actually see the line there, I think. So there's an aircraft 7,600 feet above us. I wonder if we'll be able to see them. Over to the right. That's another thing I love about this sim, is that you can see, sometimes it doesn't always happen, but you can see the contrails off other aircraft. I just think that's just unbelievable. Just adds so much immersion. Thanks, page 50 nautical miles, page 210. Yeah, you can do it however you want, to be honest. I mean, page 5 miles, sorry, yeah, 5 miles, and then it doesn't matter, you can do it either way. So you could do page 1 as 10 miles and page 2 as 5 miles. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. I just find it helps, to be honest. It just gives you your visual awareness, which is just comes in really handy sometimes. You know, as I say, especially if you're doing visual stuff, it does help. Thanks to all the new followers, by the way, really appreciate it. As I say, you know, relatively new to streaming.
Oh yeah.
I guess every little helps, doesn't it? So that's North Wales, I think, over there. It's going to be North Wales. That's going to be Anglesey, just down there. And then we should, just round here somewhere, we should be landed now. Landed now in North Wales. I think it's possibly there, that coastline there. So we're going to be descending just after Ampit. Another good fixed ring sometimes to do is you can actually put your top of descent fixed ring, just to kind of cross check it against what the FMCV nav is telling you. So for us, we're at flight level 230, so it's going to be about 69. Give yourself a little bit, so I was going to say 70 miles. EGBB 15, and then we're going to go for a 70 mile range ring around that. Oh, why is that not doing that? EGBB 70 miles. And that, I bet, is going to be pretty. I mean, look at that. Yeah, look at that. So that's pretty bang on, isn't it? It just shows how accurate the VNav is on this. It's pretty much bang on the top of descent path. I'm gonna have to put these tray tables away now. Gutting, isn't it? I have to do a bit of work now. So yeah, that's another good range ring to pop in, is your top of descent. So if you're you know, if your VNav goes kaput or something and you're just like, oh crap, you can always visually kind of gauge where you're going to need to start your descent. No idea why the title still says New York to Washington. So now you can see on the chart there we need to be at knock-in at flight level 200, which is there's knock-in, so we'll just pop that down to 200, and then when we're starting that descent, it'll take us down to 200. Another good thing to do in this is to, I've noticed there's a slight discrepancy with the miles on this. So for example, if I've got a fixed ring-in of 5 miles, let's say, in fact I'm just going to move that chart up there because there's a blooming logo in there. Oops. Yeah, so I think there's a slight discrepancy, and I think it might be a flight sim bug rather than a Phoenix bug, where the mileage isn't 100% accurate. So when I've been sort of 5 miles out, it's been a little bit more than that. So another good way of just as a double check sort of thing there is in the cruise page there. We'll just pop in EGBB15 into that there, so it'll tell us, you know, it's a bearing of 131 degrees and it's actually 70, just coming up to 78 miles away or so, and that just gives you another double check of your distance to go. So it's actually quite a straightforward approach for us now. So from sort of chase we'll capture the ILS, and yeah, thanks to all of the new followers, much appreciated. Phoenix is all I fly besides the Kodiak these days. Yeah, that's it. It is a real good plane. I detect a Brummy accent. Oh my god. Right, Ampit is there, so we'll just pop in manage mode now, and then that'll start descending us down. Tell you what, it's just so easy, isn't it, in the Airbus? Don't look at my cost index, it's so unrealistic. 1337 for the approach speed, and we're going to be landing with flaps full. So I think there is a couple of bugs in the VNav element to the Phoenix, which I think they're addressing in the next update coming very soon, which will be awesome. It tends to err on the side of a slower speed in the descent band there, in the descent bracket, but the kind of way to get around that is to drop it manually. So I like to have about 280 knots in the descent, and that generally gets you to where you want to be, to be fair, pretty accurately. Yeah, get you to where you want to be. So flight level 200 there, so we want to go down, well, I'm just going to take it down to 6,000 now, you know, and I'm going to pop that in open descent as well. I always like to put the first officer screen on the landing system as well, and we're going to use auto brake low because it's a nice little runway when we land. I heard the controller laugh when I said clearance to Bromley land, please. Oh dear, this heat just makes you delirious. Can you let me know how the sound is in the stream, guys? Just is it is the audio okay? I'm getting a new microphone this week because this one's pretty poor, to be honest. But hopefully it's not too bad. Thanks, Dougal. Thanks, mate. The cabin sounds are from an app, and I would definitely recommend it, called Luke Air Tool. Luke Air Tool. Yeah, it's going to be low in the cabin because the cabin sounds in the Phoenix are notoriously quiet. But hopefully they're not too bad in the flight deck. Hopefully not. Yeah, so Luke Air Tool, it's fantastic. So I'll quickly show you actually. So if you look there, the main screen is, where's the main screen now? No, I don't want to close that. Oh, I don't know how to get to it without closing this. I'll show you it when we land, but basically you've got all of these preset airlines in there. A lot of them have got actual recordings from from flights as well, which is fantastic. Mic is a bit low. Okay, I'll try and turn that up. Hopefully that's a little bit better. As I say, the mic's not great quality. I'm getting a new one this week, but yeah. So basically, you just select your airline there. You've got some ambient chatter there. So, for example, if you look, you should be able to hear them. Hear the passengers talking, so it just adds a little bit of I mean there are various things for this and the various sorts of softwares for it, but I find this one quite good to use, to be fair. But the beauty of it is, what you can also do is you can also have this section here, page 2, and you can literally pull in any MP3 files. I think I've actually got a couple in here. Have I? Yeah. So I've got, so number 2 there is a climb announcement. So you can kind of put MP3 files into there, any one you want. So that's really useful. And then you've just got the main ones there of, you know, that star's COVID, I think. Then you've got descending. Then this one's not working just yet. It's just in development, it says. Then you've got one when you've landed, just to say, stay in your seats, guys, you know, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's a really nice tool, to be honest. And the beauty of it is as well, it sits outside of the sim completely, so you can use it on any sim at all. But I must say, the other day I was doing a flight. The thing is, when I kind of put it up there to the left hand, so I don't really see, it doesn't interrupt me. But the other day I left it on, so I turned the sim down. I was doing some work, and I'd left it on, and I thought I was going mad because I could hear people talking. I was thinking, what on earth is that? Who's talking? What, you know? And I finally clicked after about 20 minutes of thinking I was going mad, that I'd left it on. I'd left the ambient sound on of the passengers in the background. So I was like, oh, what a noob. Okay, so what are we at there? TAT is plus 12, so that's fine. We don't need any anti-icing. We're going to be getting down to 31 degrees as well. Yeah, so I was thinking, I literally thought I was losing it. I was just sat there. I was thinking, what on earth's that noise? But yeah, definitely have a look at Luke Air Tool. Great bit of kit. And as I say, you can use it on any sim, so it's really good. Right then, so where are we? Right, 1 mile from crew, basically. So I like it. I like doing that extended centre line, because you know you can actually fly a longer approach if you wanted to. So if you wanted to be really lazy, so for example now, I could jump off and do a heading of, I don't know, 115 or something like that. And I'm not identified on the ILS yet, so I'm not going to pick it up just yet. But you get the gist. When you do become identified on it, you can just fly a nice long final. So I think it's a really nice feature, actually. Well, it's not a feature, it's, you know, it's what's in the real aircraft as well, but you get what I mean. So we're going to start slowing now to 230 knots. Let's get a bit of the lever of shame out. There you go. There's the lever of shame. We'll pop the landing lights on. So yeah, but obviously we've gone off track there, but if we were a bit closer, obviously I could press localiser and it would capture it for us. But so there's no ATC at Birmingham, sadly. I know they've been on all weekend. I think they've had a live event, haven't they? Which has been really successful by the looks of it. On VATSIM.
Eastbound traffic, Gulf Whiskey November runway, final for runway 09 for start.
Okay, so there we go, we've just captured the localiser then now. Heading towards Brummyland. So how far out are we? 20? So Birmingham traffic, easy 35 Quebec November, we're full established on the ILS runway 15 at 18 DME. And there you go, there's the runway ahead. So yeah, it works really nice, that extended sentinel. So this will be like Stoke, we're passing over now. And then you can see the M6 down there, and I think that's the M6 toll just to the right of the nose there. Yeah, it is. We've got a company message from Easy Ops. Delay. I'll just ignore that one. And I'm just going to get the what's QNH 1004 is set once. He's set twice. I should have done that earlier, but I didn't. So what we'll do is just level off at that now because we are slightly below the glide slope, so that's nice. So we'll start with flaps 1, speed is checked. We'll drop it to about 190. Beautiful. So cool. So that's slowing off nicely. And go flaps 2. And then we just need to slow down a little bit there.
Eastbound traffic, Gulf Whiskey November's vacated runway 09.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go manual. And then we're going to drop the speed down to 160 till 5 DME. Birmingham traffic easy 35 Quebec November, we're on ILS runway 15 at 8 DME. So that's slowing off nicely. And then at about 5 miles we'll drop the gear and configure fully. Yeah, and I just love how this aircraft hand flies. I mean, it's just so stable. It really is pretty stable. And there's Brummyland over there. So I can see now, just by looking at that range ring, that, you know, we're about close enough on the 5 miles now, so we can go get down. And flaps full. And obviously we're a little bit high on that ILS, but we are doing a sort of a visual raw data approach, so there's no problems there at all. 150. One thing I forgot to do was to arm the approach phase, so that's probably not going to cause us any problems there because we are in manage mode. And the app was 140, I think. So we'll stick at that. Well, I can't see any traffic, there's nothing on VATSIM by the looks of it, so could I see you without VATSIM? I don't think so, mate, no. No, I'm just on VATSIM, so I think you'd need to be on VATSIM to be able to see me on there, mate, to be fair.
.500.
Well, let's give it a go. Two whites, two reds. Although I feel like a little bit high there. But I'm not sure whether that's just a Microsoft Flight Sim thing, but...
Minimum.
Continuing.
100.
Light slope.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Reverse is done now. And manual brakes. That was okay, that was alright. That wasn't bad at all. Righto. Oh, there's that bug as well. When you look to the right, sometimes it just... What on earth? I don't know why it does that. Right, let's just slow down and then... Yeah, that was pretty nice, not too bad. We'll get the APU started, adjusting my timers for the stabilising. So we're just going to park up. I don't think I've missed anything. I think that was alright. That's all off. a look at the landing weight. Ooh, minus 89, pretty soft that was. Not too bad though at all. APU's available, Lee, come on. I don't really know where I'm going actually. I think Ryanair park around this area, so probably the low cost area. Let's turn all the lights off so you're not blind anymore. We'll drop it on 3. Let's go for 3. Now I'm going to cheat a little bit because I'm going to do it while looking in the external view. I don't normally do this, but I just think it looks nice. I do hope that sound's not too loud. The external view tends to be really loud, isn't it? Also, there's a way you could control the sound, to be fair, for the external view. Beautiful. Parking brake is set. Well, welcome to Birmingham, guys. 3 minutes is up, so APU is available, so we can drop those off. Fuel belts can come off, beacon can go off, fuel pumps can come off because we're going to put it on the ground very shortly. And there you have it. Let's see if we can get a jet lag from there. Nope. Okay, that's fine. We'll do it this way. Stairs. Cargo. Awesome. I heard that Belfast scenery was amazing. Yeah, it's fantastic, mate. It's definitely worth a purchase. It really is. As I say, it's some people are saying that it's quite heavy on the system, but I actually don't think it's that bad, to be fair. With all of the detail that's in it, I think it's really pretty good, to be honest. So yeah, it's definitely one to check out. But I certainly enjoyed flying in and out of there as well. I may fly back a little bit later. We'll see how time goes. But yeah, fantastic airport. Anyway, thanks all for watching. Appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please drop us a follow. Really appreciate that. To do a few more streams. Make sure you have the rig free. Yeah, that's it, mate. So that as I say, it handles mine absolutely fine. Don't get me wrong. If you're flying with a potato, then it's going to be pretty poor, I guess. But then most of these detailed sims will be. But generally, I don't have any issues with those sort of detailed sceneries. But I think there's a lot more in the background in the development of Microsoft Flight Sim, which enables scenery developers to drop in a lot more polygons into sceneries without really affecting the impact. So, like for example, having the cabin on compared to off in the Phoenix really makes no difference at all. And you would think it would, but it really doesn't make any difference at all. So you can actually make. In fact, let me see if I can do it right now. You can actually turn the cabin off in this. There you go. So you can actually turn the cabin off. So I'm getting no drop in frames whatsoever from having it on or off. And I think that's the way that it's been developed and designed. So that is the beauty of Microsoft Flight Sim. you tend to find in X-Plane, if that was the case, and this is from previous experience in X-Plane as well, you would have a degradation in bloody flames. I'm just lethargic because it's that hot today in frames, so you know what I mean, when they put so many polygons in the scenery, etc. But yeah, I mean, this is another brilliant scenery, to be honest, to Birmingham. I mean, the detail in it as well is just fantastic. Yeah, absolutely fantastic scenery. I must say, since coming over to Microsoft Flight Sim, I haven't actually found a really bad scenery. I mean, you know, I just haven't found a really bad one yet out of all of them. I've got quite a few of the UK the main airports, and I've not really. A really good one is Edinburgh. I think Orbs do that one. That's a fantastic scenery. You know, obviously this isn't as detailed as Belfast, but this, you know, it does the job. It really does the job. And I mean, you could argue, have they gone a bit over the top with Belfast? You know, but as I say, if it's not having any impact on performance, does it really matter? You know, and I guess that's the view, isn't it? So why not go to that much detail if you can, and you can get away with it performance-wise? And you could argue the opposite. Some developers maybe should go a little bit further in detail, but at the end of the day, you know, as long as the runway's good, the ground textures are good, you know, the outside of the terminal's good, who really cares? Do you know what I mean? I think that's the main view, isn't it? But yeah, as you can see, this is an awesome one. I can't remember who does this scenery. I've got Mako Sim in my mind for some reason. Just do a Google on that, Mako Sim Birmingham. I think it could be Mako Sim. It's either Mako Sim who did Birmingham or Manchester. It's one of the two. But yeah, you look at it and these sceneries are just fantastic. And that was one thing that when I come over to Microsoft Flight Sim, I was just blown away by. You know, the quality of the actual sceneries. I mean, yeah, look at that. What a view. And with that beautiful, yeah, Mako, thanks, it is Mako, I thought so. And with that beautiful view, I will leave you guys to it. So once again, thanks for watching, and please drop us a follow if you haven't already, much appreciated. Take care, guys, thanks.
Oh